I'm back. First and foremost, I want to say thank you. It might not seem like a big deal to anybody else, but the fact that I literally created this channel and within 12 hours of that happening, you know, I had an influx of support from the Reddit community and from other small YouTubers, you know, saying that they're really interested in the concept and the idea and just in hearing what I have to say. And I did not expect that, and I'm very, very thankful. You guys are just fucking awesome. You guys are fucking awesome. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for, you know, listening. My goal for me telling you these stories is that hopefully, you know, maybe you'll gain some insight on why things haven't worked out with, you know, your dating life so far, or maybe you'll start thinking about something in your personal life that you've been doing a certain way and that you could be different, or you could do differently, and it will help, it'll improve. Or maybe just, you know, as like cautionary tales of what not to do if you don't want to get fucked over and or be sad a lot of the time over fuckboys, which tends to be my personal situation, even though I try to, like, you know, not focus so much. I don't know what it is about me and my composition as a human being, but I like being in relationships. I also like being single, and I've had a lot of fun doing it, which leads me to tell you guys that you're gonna hear a lot of debauchery stories in here as well. But anyway, enough about me telling you about the stories I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the inciting incident that made me start the channel last week. So there's this guy who we will call Trailblazing Pegasus. We'll call him Pegasus. So there's this guy that I met on Bumble a long time ago when I first moved to Austin, and we went on a couple of dates, hit it off pretty well, but within about 2 weeks he broke it off, and then within about 3 days of breaking it off, he asked me out again, and we hung out again for like another, I don't know, a couple weeks or so, and then he broke it off again, and we just hooked up and had this weird dynamic for 2 years now. It's just, he's never ever said, no, I don't like you, no, I'm not interested, although he's shown it plenty, but apparently I don't listen to show, I listen to tell, which, you know, should be the other way around, but hopefully I'll learn someday. Long story short, we hooked up again like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, almost 2 weeks ago now. Once again, you know, he was all about the whole, oh, we're gonna, you know, I'm gonna take you on a date again, but also I still don't know what I want, but also I'm gonna have to take you on a date, we're gonna have to hang out more. The same shit that he says every single time. This time I was very much like, okay, sure you are. I called him over that night because I was out and drunk, and I'm not very proud of this, but was on a date before that, and he wasn't all that great, so I decided to go home and call somebody else, which is terrible. I know, I'm aware, this is bad, but it's what happened. So he came over, we hooked up, he was all about, I'm gonna call you, but I don't know what I want, but we need to hang out more, but I need to take you on a date. And I'm just kind of like, hey, can we not talk about it, because you always say these things, and I'd rather just like hang out with you right now and chill and have a good time, instead of overthinking what's going on or what's going to happen tomorrow or after that, because I know him by now, you know. I didn't want to like get my hopes up, you know. Fast forward to about 2 days ago, he posts this tweet that says, my mother asked me why I'm not out seeking a girlfriend. I tell her I'd rather insert line of work instead, and she's continuously disappointed and trying to be funny, but also a little salty because he never called me back, even though I knew that would happen, but it's still salty and a little tipsy the other day. I said, your mother and I have that in common. I texted my best friend then with a screenshot to show her because I thought it was funny. And the first thing she says is, you need to stop. she's not wrong, but also I thought it was funny. She then proceeds to tell me that it sounds desperate, and then I text another friend of mine who's a guy, my other best friend who's a guy. He says, if I didn't know your sense of humor, I would think you'd sound desperate. And I'm just kind of like, okay, like I get it. I don't know, like, it's not like I guess it is just because I want this dude's attention. I mean, I've wanted his attention for a long fucking time. I've dated somebody for an entire 8 months whilst simultaneously still wanting this dude. So I don't know what to tell you, like, I don't know what to say about it. I felt really weird about the fact that I thought it was funny. I didn't mean it to be, oh my god, please look at me, oh my god, please, like, listen to me, but at the same time, it probably came off that way. Now, the fun part is, how much do I care? I've been like this the whole time this dude has known me, so why does it matter? It's not like I'm waiting for this person to pay attention to me, you know, not like I'm waiting by the phone for this dude to call me. But for some reason, it still really bothered me that both of my best friends said it sounded desperate. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. But it just kind of made me think I would much rather, you know, be honest and forward with my feelings and thoughts than think, what if I had done that, or what if I had said that, or what if I had done differently? Even if it's at risk of sounding desperate or sounding awkward or weird or like whatever the fuck, I don't care. If you don't like me for who I am and how I talk and how I express myself, then you're probably not good for me anyway, you know? Like, what does it matter? Why do we care so much what people think? Like, you don't want to sound desperate. What am I supposed to sound? Apathetic? Am I supposed to sound like I give a shit? Am I supposed to not make a joke because it's gonna sound dumb? I just hate the fact that there's even like a threshold of like, oh, you can only say things so far or do so much until you start sounding desperate, and you just like, you better not, you know? Like, I guess I'm just not comfortable with the fact that 2 people said I sounded desperate, because I don't feel desperate. I just kind of got fed up with it. And it was from 2 of my best friends saying this to me. Something that I just thought, it's a fucking joke, you know, like, stupid fucking tweet. Like, really? A tweet makes that much of a difference? I don't know, it felt weird. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and I don't know how to feel about it still, even though I feel weird about what my friend said, not about what I did. Does that make sense? So, yeah. I'll see you guys next week. Fast forward to about 2 days ago, whenever these guys. B-roll over here, so I had to move the camera. They just keep showing up. They're my friends. I made friends in Florida. They're birds.